is Wednesday, the 27th of May. It's my second day here at Rainbow Beach. I arrived 2 days ago and I wanted to give you some news about the market, the overseas market last night. If you recall, for the past 5 days or so, I can't exactly remember, I have been calling a downturn on the gold and the S&P 500. As a matter of fact, before the weekend, which is on a Friday or a Thursday, I have actually opened 2 short positions, one for gold and one for the S&P 500. The S&P 500 turned against me, okay, but it was still within the stop loss limit, so it did not execute the stop loss. And the gold hovered at the entry price and it kept going slightly up, but it kept closing on dojis. So what's happened last night is that gold has fallen through, which is what I expected it to do last Friday, and it didn't. So I was hoping that it would do it on Monday, but Monday was a public holiday. So last night, which is Tuesday night my time, was the first trading day for the US market. And sure enough, the gold fell through and I made $200 odd on that, euros on that. Sorry, throughout the videos I keep calling dollars, but please don't worry about that. That's actually, the numbers are correct, the currency is wrong. I'm just used to dollars. The account is in euros, so when I say a number, just remember that it is in euros. So anyway, the gold made money, $200 odd, and I exited that trade quite well. The S&P 500 was not making money, and it was within my stop loss, so it did not execute. But the system actually worked very well. What it has done is that it has shown me that, one, there is weakness in the market, and despite that move, that the long move in the S&P 500, it did not really make any sense for it to be moving in that direction, because the market was essentially weak, and that was just what you would call a false up. So what has happened is that the signal showed me that it was a weak market. It did show me a slight move up, but it wasn't strong enough for me to it shouldn't have been strong enough for me to act on it as a long. In hindsight, you could argue that I should have taken it, because obviously it substantially went up, but I didn't take it because the system was saying to me that the market is weak, and that's why I took the short position way back on Friday or Thursday of last week. When that happened, obviously the market moved up and it was within the tolerance limit, but the system kept telling me that, hey, the market is weak, it would fall, and that's why I held my position. And this is the second time that the system behaves in exactly the same way that I have programmed it to do. It has shown me the weakness of the market, it has shown me the long entry. My mistake was that I've actually underestimated, or was quick to jump on the short side on the initial short signal. I should have waited for a better confirmation, and that's my mistake. But as you can see, because in a different scenario, in a different system, you would have been going, well, hang on a minute, maybe we should liquidate, and the only thing that you would be relying on is your stop loss, and you'd be sitting there crossing your fingers. With this system that I'm using, it kept assuring me that, look, this market is weak, it will fall. So despite the move up, it was still showing me weakness, which is reassuring in a sense. Okay, as a matter of fact, it is reassuring because it's telling me what's going on in the market. And it kept telling me that there is a short signal, and there is a short side, and it is coming. So with that and the stop loss, it helps me to protect my position quite well. Now, had my stop loss been exceeded, I would not have hesitated. I wouldn't have worried about it. If my stop loss would have been exceeded, I would have exited, and that's too bad. But as long as it's within the limits, then I stay and I hold my position. Now, sometimes, sorry, backtrack. On the 20th of this month, was the first instance of this happening. That's when I had a similar situation, and if you remember, I was in Noosa Heads, and the market behaved in it. If you go back to the video of the 20th of this month, you will see that I've reported similar outcome from my system when it was showing me a downside is coming, and I held my position and the market behaved exactly the same. So this is the second time that the market does something and the system sees right through it, and it says to you, hang on a minute, something is wrong here, this should not be long, you should be looking at a short. So anyway, the result is that I cashed out on the gold. I've made money on it. The S&P 500, instead of being 300 odd euros in the red, it is now 150 euros in the red, which means that the market has come down substantially to reduce it. I'm still in the red, but the losses are not that much. Okay, not as much as they were. I've checked the system this morning. I still believe there is a small downside still to come tonight. If managed properly, which is what I've done, I've actually set my exit to be as much as I can think that it will take within the tolerance. I may come out even, or I may come out with a slight loss, but the point is, I did not lose 300 plus euros when the market moved against me. The system helped me through this, and it showed me that I don't have to do that, and it helped me manage it. Anyway, I'll make a post tomorrow to tell you what happened at the market overnight. All right.